in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Topic Thunder. Here from the Top 10 Show, I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost. This is a show that we do for our patrons. They send in questions over at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. And we answer whatever they send in, whether it's about movies, TV, pop culture, sports, whatever. We talk about it. I'm ready. What about you?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to jump into it. And you can do so. Send in questions at the $5 and above level. You get to send in questions. So if you're a new patron, this is the kind of content you get to be involved in and be interactive with us on. So, all right. Yeah, you got it. What are we doing?
All right. So we are starting off with Phil Knuckles.
Phil Knuckles.
And he says, hey, Matt and John, hope you guys are enjoying the NBA playoffs and the NFL is back. All right. This was from a month ago.
Okay.
My question is about individual player celebrations. I've always enjoyed them and often copy Melo's 3-to-the-head celebration. I don't know why there was a comma there.
Okay.
Which ones are your favorites? Cheers from England. Phil Bathtub Guy Knuckles, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
Well, now we can put a name to it. Well, all right, you're up first. Who do you love on celebrations?
It's tough because, I mean, there are so many different ones from so many different people. Sorry, looking at the wrong camera. So many different people. It's tough to kind of pick them out. But I think I always enjoyed Randy Moss's, even though they were a bit too far sometimes or a bit crazy. I appreciate his ingenuity with some of his celebrations. I thought it was fun, him pulling down his pseudo pants. I thought that was it's a bit crazy, but I didn't think it was bad. For sure. But I like the celebrations. As long as you're inventive, I like your celebrations. With the one, the New Orleans Saints player that had the cell phone under the cushion of the goalpost and picked it and simulated like he was making a call. That was badass. So I enjoyed that. What about you?
Wasn't that an homage to Ocho Cinco?
Right. Yes, it was. Yeah. Who also was great with his celebrations.
Yeah. I actually do the Antoine Walker shimmy after a three. When it just does that. I do that all the time when I'm just like making fun of being cocky. Fuck yeah. Let's see. The Icky Shuffle was the big one when we were a kid.
Oh, yeah. That's right. The Icky Shuffle.
Yeah, I remember I used to do the Icky Shuffle every once and again. Let's see. Sam Cassell's Big Balls. I like that. Dame Time. I feel like I should hate, but I really like that.
Okay.
Where he just points to his wrist or slaps on his wrist. I hated the D'Angelo Russell Ice Water in the Veins when he was a rook for the Lakers. Right. Yeah. The worst.
If you can't, I mean, you just got to the league, for God's sakes. I mean, to be coming up with a celebration.
Earn it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I like Dames because Dame earned Dame time.
Right.
And other guys were just like in the moment trying, like, feeling themselves.
Yeah. Charles, I mean, Michael never had a celebration.
No, huge fist pump. That'd be about it.
Charles never had a celebration. He only did his own thing. Sorry, trying to find the right angle. He did his own thing. So it's like I think the great ones don't need celebrations. It's the slightly lesser ones, not necessarily casting aspersions on their talent, but it's slightly lesser ones that need to have something to draw attention to themselves, and they do so.
Well, I think it's also kind of player dependent, like the Mutombo finger wag.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And he said, no. And he just blocks her. The most gratuitous one. You ever seen I can't remember who it is, but Kemp playing at the Old Key Arena and he dunks on somebody. And when he lands in a crouch and he points at him and then does this bad double finger point because it was a hellacious dunk.
Yeah.
Kemp wasn't much of a huge celebrator.
Yeah. In soccer, I'm a massive fan of what Suarez does, Luis Suarez. When he scores, he kisses his wrist for his kids. That's because he's got the tattoos there for his kids. So he kisses his kids and does that thing when he celebrates. I really enjoy that. I don't know if Messi does anything when he celebrates necessarily. One of the best ones I saw was Salah for Liverpool when he scored a great goal against Chelsea. I think last year he ran in front of the fans and did the tree yoga pose, which I thought was brilliant to do that as a way of kind of saying he's in a Zen mode when he's scoring like that. So I like that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I do not in the slightest mind when a batter crushes a ball and they just kind of mosey for a few paces. Like, we should all acknowledge that's a bomb.
Right.
And he deserves this strut. So go right ahead, sir. The unwritten rules of baseball are the fucking worst.
I hate when pitchers get upset about that. It's like, nah, look, I get it because you just got your ball crushed over but this is the game, right? It'd be like a batter going, I don't want you to celebrate when you strike me out. Don't you dare do the fist pump or scream. That's offensive to me. So if a pitcher gets mad at someone hitting a home run, slowly trotting towards first base initially before he takes off on the jog or the run, I think it's crybaby shit. It's crybaby shit. Yeah.
It is. I mean, if they have a history, sure.
Yeah.
If there's something leading up to it, like, that's understandable that you would be upset. But if it's just you don't like it because you feel like shit, well, unfortunately, that's part of the game.
Yeah, this is the game.
Yeah. Think about it like this. You fool hitters with balls and strikes, all the pitches you throw that they couldn't swing at, and if they did, they would miss. And more often than not, you're winning this battle.
Yeah.
So when someone so effectively destroys the ball, you got to give it up to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
You just have to.
Agreed. All right. Good question there from Phil Knuckles. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This one's from Tim Williams. I'm having trouble hearing myself. There we go. Tim Williams says, hi, Matt and John. Hope you guys are doing well. If you had a cast for the last Tarantino movie, but you could use actors that have already been in his movies, who would you pick? Ooh, this is extensive. Here are the rules. I'll give you 6 groups. You must pick one from each group. Also, once you have actors, go ahead and pick a specific genre and era. For example, 80s mob gangster movie. Samuel L. Jackson is already in the movie. Also pick one actor, male and female, who has been in a Tarantino, maybe Will Smith, Charlize Theron. This is pretty extensive from Timothy R. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Matt, you want to do this on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, we can go through the groups and maybe afterwards start cherry picking.
Sounds good.
Oh, it'd be good as this person. So all right. Sam Jackson is in it.
Right. Group 1 is Harvey Keitel, Michael Madsen, and Tim Roth. Group 2 is Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, and Brad Pitt. Group 3 is Pam Grier, Michael Keaton, Michael Fassbender. Group 4 is Bruce Willis, not phoning it in, Uma Thurman, John Travolta. Group 5, Christoph Waltz, Jamie Foxx, Kurt Russell. And Group 6, all to their own, is Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. And remember, De Niro has been in a Tarantino movie in Jackie Brown. So, interesting. All right. Well, what do you got?
Well, it's like some of these groupings, I understand that they seem fair.
Right.
And others are just like, all right, well, you're just going by, I guess, movie to movie, just picking 3 from each, except for group 5 and group 6.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So in group 1, it's Keitel, Madsen, Roth. I take Keitel, although Roth is a close second. I know Madsen is a staple of his, but I think you could do more interesting stuff with Keitel and Roth.
Yeah.
What about you? Who do you take?
For group 1?
Yeah.
To construct what I'm doing, I'll take Tim Roth. I like the idea of Tim Roth, kind of bringing him back. It's been a while since we've seen him in anything. So if there's anything Tarantino does well is resuscitate people's careers. So let's bring back Tim Roth.
Okay. All right. I got Keitel. You got Roth. Group 2, DiCaprio, Robbie, Pitt.
I'll take Pitt. What about you?
Oh, man. It's tough.
This is real stress for you, man.
Well, it's just, this is the most unfair grouping to me.
Oh, wow. Well, because all 3 heavy hitters.
And I'd like to see 2 or 3 of them potentially in. I'll take DiCaprio. All right, so I got Keitel, DiCaprio. You got Roth and Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Group 3 is Pam Grier, Michael Keaton, Michael Fassbender. I know mine.
All right. Oh, well, I picked first last time. You picked first this time.
I will take Michael Keaton.
Okay. All right. I will happily slide in and take Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with this. All right, group 4, Bruce Willis not phoning it in. Uma Thurman, John Travolta. I'll take Uma to be part of mine.
Yeah, I think I take Uma on that one as well.
Okay. All right.
All right. Group 5 is Christoph Waltz, Jamie Foxx, Kurt Russell.
Ooh, tough choices. Tough choices.
Yeah.
Tough choices. I'll have to go with Kurt Russell. Oh, sorry. You pick first, right?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I think I'm the same with Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I have my character actor in Tim Roth. If I throw in Tim Roth and Christoph Waltz, I feel like I'm diluting the streams a little bit or crushing the streams a little bit. So I'd rather have Kurt Russell because he brings a kind of, I don't know, bravado that I like to see in a Tarantino movie. And I loved him in Death Proof. All right. And group 6 is Pacino, De Niro.
I think I take De Niro.
Yeah. All right. Oh, shit. I forgot. No, Pacino was in it. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So my bad. Well, just be fun. I'll have Pacino in that as well. I'll take Pacino.
All right. So my cast then is Keitel, DiCaprio, Keaton, Uma Thurman, Kurt Russell, and Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine is Tim Roth, Brad Pitt, Michael Fassbender, Uma, Kurt Russell, and Pacino. I think that's right.
Okay, so what type of genre movie do you want to do?
I would do a 50s gangster movie. I think Tim Roth, Brad Pitt, Fassbender. Yeah, I think absolutely. You could even do Murder Incorporated, to be honest with you. If you could mess around and turn Tim Roth into Lansky, Brad Pitt maybe is Bugsy, Fassbender is Fassbender could be Lucky Luciano, and then you have Uma being one of the ladies involved in the situation. Kurt Russell is one of the rival gangsters maybe, and then Pacino is like the big cheese. Pacino could be Ace Rothstein in this whole situation. So does that
Rothstein
work?
dies before Murder Inc.
Okay, so maybe
and it sounds like you want to do The Commission, and Murder Inc. might be a part of it.
Yeah, there we go. The Commission and Murder Inc.'s a part of it. That sounds good to me. Yeah,
or whatever the fuck they were called, but the 5 families had seats at the table. But you got Luciano, although Bugsy is his right-hand man killer.
So maybe Bugsy's gone to Vegas by this point, hasn't he? Isn't he trying to construct Vegas at this point? So maybe Uma is the Virginia Hill of the situation.
Could be. I can't remember the timeline. If you want to keep Murder Inc. in there, from when they operated to when they got caught.
Let's see here,
but I think it was like I want to say 20 years.
Okay,
something along those lines. So you might be able to get to Vegas by then.
It's in the 1930s and 1940s as the enforcement arm of the Italian-American mafia, Jewish mob, and connected organized crime groups in New York City and elsewhere. Right. Jewish-American gangsters, Italian-American gangsters.
It's honestly, it's so devilishly smart.
What they did? Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a hit squad that they can send anywhere. And the thing is, most murders happen by someone you know. So there's just a cold trail in every one of these murders because they're just farmed out mercenaries. And it was 3-4 guys.
Yeah.
Were the primary body of it. Just crazy to think about.
The commission was formed by Lucky Luciano. So I don't know. Maybe Brad Pitt is Lucky Luciano because I could see him forming a commission more than Fassbender. So maybe Fassbender's the Bugsy. Kind of off kilter, kind of crazy. I don't know. Could be interesting. Okay.
Although neither looks Italian.
That's fair.
I can get away with that with DiCaprio. Be like, wow, there's your Lucky Luciano.
You could. Yeah, you could. Absolutely.
And then I don't have any other Italians. So that, well, De Niro, but De Niro's going to be older and there were no old heads left. They took out all the big bosses to form this fucking commission.
He's like the Anthony Quinn character in Mobsters. That's who De Niro would play.
Yeah, I just don't know who that would be in that world. It's a great idea, though. I would love to see that movie.
Yeah.
I was racking my brain to think of what genre that he hasn't really hit yet, and it's kind of...
He hasn't done a period piece, so I think it would be kind of fun. Even though you could say Once Upon a Time is kind of a period piece, but it's the 70s. So,
you could say Inglourious Bastards is a period piece.
Yeah, I guess. All right, that's a fair point.
And Hateful Eight.
Right. I don't know. I see those as fantastical explorations.
They are
at that time, so not necessarily period pieces, but by the definition of that term, it is a period piece. So yeah,
I know, but like what? So he's done war films.
Yeah,
so those are out.
Keeps talking that Star Trek stuff.
Do you think sci-fi is going to be his last?
He says, yeah. I don't know. He keeps talking about doing that Star Trek film as his 10th film.
He says, yeah. So that's an official quote.
With him, I don't know, from day to day.
Yeah, because he's done blaxploitation.
Yes.
And he's done martial arts. And he's done like a gangster film. It's like it's really tough on what he hasn't done. He's done Western.
A romantic comedy he hasn't done.
How do you do that with the cast that he likes? Like, how does Tarantino exist in a romantic comedy? Everybody has a snarky little one-liner and dropping N-bombs?
Maybe. I don't know. PTA did Punch Drunk Love, which is a version of a romantic movie. You know, so maybe there's a Tarantino romantic comedy. Or maybe a love story. Maybe a love story. Not necessarily a comedy, but maybe a love story. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, after the Punch Drunk, that's a good example of somebody branching out to do it feels like very much theirs, but it's a different genre for them somewhat. Yeah, I like that. I just can't think of another genre. Like an epic?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. An epic would be interesting. Like, what do you mean? Like a historical epic? Like a biblical epic or a historical epic?
Either. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was Cleopatra, like doing something like that, just to take this huge, grandiose project that was one of the most expensive in film history and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it won a bunch of awards, didn't it? But it was mixed reviews. I've seen like 45 minutes and there's still, another 2.5 hours?
Yeah, the Elizabeth Taylor one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did well at the box office, but it almost sank that studio because they spent so much money making it. I think it won 4 Oscars. But yeah, it was massive. And now there's rumors that they're doing it with I forget right now right off the bat who they with Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins. The Wonder Woman crew is reuniting apparently to do their version of Cleopatra, which I don't know that the world is clamoring for another Cleopatra movie, but you never know. Maybe they can knock it out of the ballpark and people love it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be in.
Yeah.
Because then you could bring in Caesar plus Mark Antony.
Yeah. True.
Depending on how long it spans.
True.
It could be very interesting. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Or maybe his take on Caesar.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah, his take on Caesar. Sure.
Okay. Like who historically, who do you want him to see? Like do?
Oh, maybe a Roman film. Has he done a Roman film? That could be interesting. You know, we're both fans of Rome. So that could be something.
Those do so piss poor at the box office that nobody touches them. Gladiator was the last big one?
Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
There's been some interesting ones, like a couple since then, but nothing huge.
Right.
Which is so strange. Just given its lore after 2,000 years and change, it's still something we all know. It's like, this seems like a no-brainer, guys. Or maybe like a big Greek do the Odyssey or something along those lines.
Yeah, the Odyssey would be interesting. A Greek, maybe. I mean, he's done a Western, like you said. He's done all these genres.
Just like what genre is left? I can't think of one where maybe it's plug and play.
What about a superhero film? He hasn't done a superhero film.
Well, I think what we're about to see with Suicide Squad is going to be as close to a Tarantino.
Yeah,
it just looks so wild and outlandish from the stills.
Yeah, true.
With eccentric characters just, populated everywhere.
Yep. That could be something. What about a sports movie? Has he done a sports movie? He's never done a sports movie. Tarantino would be interesting in a sports movie. Maybe like the Raiders. Maybe you have the Raiders winning the Super Bowl when they beat the Redskins. You got a Latino coach. You got Marcus Allen. You got Al Davis and the controversy of Al Davis. Nobody expected them to get into the Super Bowl, let alone win the thing against one of the biggest juggernauts offensively that the NFL had ever seen in that 82 Redskins team. maybe that's the story he tells from his point of view, or even the John Madden years, a way more colorful character to play with, way more bombastic. That could be something they could have a lot of fun with. Tarantino could have a lot of fun with, I think. Unique characters on the Raiders. Matuzak.
True.
Alzado.
But if it's a Tarantino, you need death. You need murder. You need blood. You do. It's just a staple of his, this over-the-top gore. So,
all right.
Well, to me, I'm not saying it's mandatory, but to me, like that's a staple of. I mean, so much so that Kill Bill had to go black and white in that one scene because the blood was so gratuitous.
Right.
So what about doing a movie version of like the Two Escobars?
Yeah, that could be fun. I love that idea.
You'd still have the cartel side, people dying, the cursing that you need. And then you have this parallel story of the Colombian national team in the World Cup and all that jazz.
I like it.
That could work.
You could do the Paul Pierce story, have him stabbed. I mean, that works for you. But yeah, I mean,
it ends with Paul Pierce shitting his pants in the finals and having to be taken out, and then comes miraculously back after he shit his pants
on
the wheelchair. Just ridiculous. Still, though, I can't talk shit. He did get stabbed like 21 times.
He did, bro. He did.
And didn't miss a game.
Nope.
So, I have all the respect in the world for anybody that can do that. I don't care if it was a fucking nail file, like at the end of a nail clipper, that small. 21 times is still going to be painful as shit.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Well, I think that was a good attempt at that one. Should we move on to our next question before we wrap up here?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, go ahead, man.
This is from Dominic Greaves, and he says, "Hi, John and Matt. Hope you are well. Let's imagine a Hollywood mogul gives you permission to reinvent or reboot or reintroduce any existing IP or franchise for a cinema release. Ooh. What do you pick, and in what creative direction do you go? Feeling generous, the mogul also offers you the opportunity to take a specific cinematic IP or franchise and turn it into a Netflix or HBO show. Again, what's the pick, and in what direction do you go? Looking forward to hearing your responses. Take care. Dom from England."
Hey. Dom from England. Mm-hmm. How are you? How gives you permission to reinvent or reboot or reintroduce any existing IP or franchise? Shit, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to reboot Marvel. They're killing it. DC seems like they've turned a corner for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek already had their reboot in 2009. I don't know.
What about Alien?
Oh, good call, man. Good call. Completely reboot. No Sigourney Weaver. No Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Completely your own take on this thing. That's actually a great idea.
And you can still, have a strong female lead. Sigourney killed it. You can easily find someone if that's a bone of contention. Like, I have zero problem with that. Like, some of the structures staying in place.
Right.
Because it only makes sense, especially with the first one. Oh, it's a small crew. They go out. They stumble upon. But it gets rid of Prometheus.
Yeah.
And it gets rid of, Aliens 3 and Aliens 4. And
yeah.
Although I like Aliens 3. And,
yeah. The Fincher one. Yeah.
Yeah. And Prometheus has a couple moments here and there that I like.
Yeah.
What was the follow-up to that?
Covenant. Alien Covenant.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was terrible. And because the trailer made it look great. And then you went in there and you're like, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, it was not good. But yeah, you could easily start over. It's a story it's a thriller horror story in space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Let's see. Reinvent, reboot, reintroduce. What else?
Is Jason Bourne a possibility at this point after the bad, disappointing one where they came back?
I don't know. You got 3 good ones.
You do.
And you get you have the Renner and then the Bourne.
Yeah. I don't think Predator is my reinvention and that seems like an easy choice because it's a B movie. It was never supposed to be.
Toe the line, baby.
I was just saying it's never supposed to be an A-list movie. So for me, it doesn't need to be rebooted, or it's a really simple premise. An alien lands, attacks, or tries to hunt down soldiers, and they fight back and win. It's a really simple premise.
Well, all of these premises are really simple when you boil it down like that. Alien is a xenomorph.
I don't know if I agree with you.
A xenomorph can destroy us if it gets out amongst our population.
Well, now wait a minute. There's way more stuff going on in Alien.
Ultimately, that's what it boils down to.
Right, sure. But you can say that about anything. I'm saying there's not much more depth in that. Whereas with Alien, there is more depth.
You could add depth to Predator.
Bullshit. You could add depth to Predator. Where?
You flat out could. Alien
is it the double bicep shot? Where's the depth in Predator?
No. Take the Alien premise. They're a science vessel. And crash land on basically, and it turns into predators. And they're being hunted the whole time.
That's Predators. That's a separate movie.
Yeah, I know.
Predator. There's no depth in Predator.
I realize, but you could take it instead of they got captured on Earth and parachuted there.
Oh, you're saying you want to change it around.
I'm saying you could. You can reinvent it. The premise could still work.
Fair. That's actually fair. I thought you meant the actual movie. Yeah, that's fair. No. You could turn it around and add more depth to it. That's for sure. Like Most Dangerous Game, play with it a little bit more like that.
Ooh, Most Dangerous Game would be a good one.
Right? I like a Most Dangerous Game.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I had one and I lost it. I had a reboot in my head and I lost it.
Well, what about the second part of the question?
Oh, okay. Cinematic, if you turn it into a Netflix or HBO show. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is one of my favorite Alan Moore graphic novels, and the movie is horrible. But I think that could be fun. I know we had Penny Dreadful. That's kind of, having those characters from these novels come to life or whatever. But having an HBO or Netflix series about that would be a lot of fun, because I think we're losing. Matt, I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like we're losing touch with the past. I think people are so obsessed with the future that they're losing touch with the past. You bring up World War. People still need to have the Holocaust explained to them, or World War I explained to them, or these other things. People of age. I don't mean like kids. I mean people of age don't know that much about this stuff. And you talk about characters from classic novels. So many classic novels get dismissed as, that's white people stuff, or rich white people stuff, or I can't relate to blah blah blah. And it's like, well, no, there's universal themes and stories being explored in a lot of these novels and a lot of these classic novels. So dismissing them, I think you're losing the power of these characters. And certainly with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you get Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, The Invisible Man, Mina Harker, so many great characters, Alan Quatermain, so many great characters from classic literature that it could be fun to reintroduce that in an 8 to 10 episode series and give them adventures and get people back into these novels. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Well, I mean, I said in the past, with all the Star Wars stuff, I'd love to see a Darth Vader series.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great choice, bro. Darth Vader series would be awesome. Especially with that comic book series that's going on, exploring more depth of Vader's story.
I read a couple years ago, my nephew came out here and basically I just took him around LA for a week, and we went to as many comic shops as I could find, because he was hardcore into comics at the time.
Yeah.
And so I picked up a Darth Vader one. That's where the idea came. I was like, God, this should be. And he was just hunting a single Jedi where he got a ping on some remote planet. Yeah. And he was flying to that planet to kill the Jedi. And I was like, how is this not a show? I would watch the living shit out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't have to have the stakes of he's out going up against Obi-Wan every time.
Right.
Like you would in a movie. So TV show, just like, he's a seek and destroy mercenary killer for the Empire and the Emperor specifically. It's like, this would be so much fun.
Trying to establish himself in Palpatine's eyes even more. Yeah.
And dealing with the fallout of your wife, your secret wife is dead, and the turmoil there, and you lost your best friend and everything you knew, and did you make the right decision? Like the angst of all of that.
Yeah, agreed.
Whether or not you could show, I guess, I don't know if you could show Vader really going through all that much of it.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I know what I would reboot film-wise. Young Guns. I would reboot that completely, start over from scratch, have all those characters in there that you had before and do better movies. I like the first one, second one, not so much. And do better movies and explore that more. The idea of Billy the Kid and this crew of his and what they got involved in, exploring the West a little bit more, even have topical stuff that relates to what's going on in our world. This youth versus the old, this idea of the changing face of the West. I think that could be a very interesting thing to explore. And the idea that whether he faked his own death or not, that could be fun as a season 2 cliffhanger or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's what I would reboot is Young Guns. I think it's ripe for it. People still love Westerns. Damn it. It's
a good call.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
There we go. Okay. We're at 30 minutes, man. Any, do you have one for, do you have anything else to add to that one?
No, I think we're good there. Well, I mean, we spent a lot of time on this one, so
yeah, we did. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching this episode of Topic Thunder. I always appreciate you all downloading this or listening to it on the podcast stream. It means a lot to us here on the Top 10. If you want to be part of the Patreon and send in your topics or questions for us to talk about, you can do so if you're watching us right above my head there, patreon.com/the top 10, the number 10 there, or if you're listening to us on the podcast feed, that's the address. Go and take a look at all the different ways that you can be a part of the of the top 10. Sorry about that.
Son of a bitch.
I know. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. You can be part of the top 10. We need you, especially nowadays. We need you more than ever. We're pumping out all this content every week to keep you entertained. Please give back by becoming a part of the Patreon at whatever level that you can donate on every month. It's a great to have you aboard, and it's always nice to have our numbers grow in that way, Matt.
Damn straight. Everything you just said. You can follow me anywhere at Matt Nost.
You can follow me at The Roca Says. And that's it for this episode of Topic
Thunder.